There are a variety of ways to direct money into superannuation and, more importantly, maximize your retirement savings benefits. Tracy Besters has joined me to discuss some of the more intricate aspects of making contributions. Hi, Tracy. It's great to have you with me today.
Thanks so much, Darren. It's great to be here. And I'm really excited about sharing with trustees how to get money into super and how to maximize those contribution strategies.
Brilliant. Well, let's start at the beginning. Knowing how much you can put into super is critical to what you can do and what you'd like to do. So right now, what are the contributions caps at the moment?
Yeah, sure, Darren. So the concessional contribution caps, which of course is what we call our before tax contributions, that cap at the moment is $27,500. And our non-concessional cap, which is our after tax contributions, that cap is 4 times the concessional limit, which is $110,000.
Okay, that's really good to know. A great starting point, as I said before. Now, on the subject of concessional contributions, caps, they have carry forward rules, and they can be really handy if you want to, contribute more into super than you think might be on the surface available to you. Can you give us an idea of exactly how those carry forward provisions work?
Absolutely, Darren. So the carry forward or the catch-up concessional contributions, great strategy to be able to utilize if you haven't actually maximized the concessional contribution cap in prior years. So it's a 5-year rolling basis. So it means that we can claim up to, or we can contribute up to 5 years of the concessional contribution cap that we haven't yet used. So we calculate over a 5-year rolling basis, and we look at what concessional contributions we've made. And if we haven't utilized that cap of 27,500, then we can carry that forward and utilize that in a future year within that 5-year period. So great strategy if we've perhaps we've left the workforce for a period of time, if we've got some stay-at-home mums that are out of the workforce, or we just haven't actually maximized that concessional contribution cap, Darren. So it means that we've got the ability to use those caps that we haven't been able to use before. Of course, we need to remember we have to look at the total superannuation balance, and we have to have a total super balance of less than $500,000 in order to be able to make that carry forward or concessional catch-up contribution.
Now, Tracy, as far as the other types of contributions go, so I'm talking about non-concessional contributions, there's a sort of similar rule there as well, and they are the bring forward non-concessional contributions rules, and they can be of great benefit as well. How exactly do these work too?
Yeah, absolutely, Darren. So likewise within the non-concessional space. So our bring forward contributions, non-concessional contributions, what we can do there is we can potentially bring forward up to 3 years of those non-concessional contributions. So as I mentioned, the non-concessional contribution cap currently is $110,000. With the bring forward non-concessional contributions rules, we can actually look at contributing up to $330,000 of non-concessional contributions in the 1 year. So that's great if we've got a lump sum of money that we want to get into our self-managed super fund, but we aren't, that's more than $110,000. We can actually potentially use these bring forward rules to help us with that contribution. Again, there's total superannuation balance rules there. We can't do any non-concessional contribution if our total superannuation balance is above $1.7 million. And then there's a pro rata aspect as to whether we can do 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years of those non-concessional contributions, which I'll go through in the session that I'm going to do with your trustees.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, when people think about superannuation contributions, very often their mind just turns to cash. How can I get my cash into my SMSF? But cash isn't the only way that they can make contributions. So how else can they do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got these rules around in specie contributions, Darren. So absolutely. And certainly when I talk about getting money into super, the natural thing is cash into super. But we do have the ability to be able to transfer certain types of assets into superannuation where we don't have to actually use cash. So the biggest example or the easiest example for me to use right now is listed shares. So if I own shares in Commonwealth Bank, for example, in my own name, and I want those to be in my self-managed super fund, then because those Commonwealth Bank shares are listed on the stock exchange, I can use the in specie contribution rules under Section 66 of the SIS Act to be able to transfer those shares into my self-managed super without me having to sell them down on the exchange. So I don't have to sell them. I can actually transfer those directly in. Of course, that comes with a myriad of other issues around capital gains tax and making sure that we meet those contribution caps that I talked about before. But certainly we should be thinking about, if we don't have cash to put in, but we have some securities or other assets that are allowed to go into super, that certainly is a potential contribution strategy to think about.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Tracy, for sharing those points with us. Tracy will be discussing these and many more aspects of superannuation contributions at the SMSF Trustee Empowerment Day 2023. This year, we are returning to a 3-city roadshow format, commencing at the Gold Coast on the 31st of August and concluding in Melbourne on the 7th of September, with an on-demand component also to be hosted on the 11th of September. To register for the event or find out a little bit more about it, please reference the details you can see on your screen now. Well, thanks again for your time, Tracy, and I look forward to your presentation at our first location on the Gold Coast.
Thanks, Darren. Can't wait to be there.